special guests. They are entrepreneurs and professionals to elevate performance in conscious business. None other than Mr. Robert Grover and Mr. Gary Logan. Welcome, both of you on Abstract Essay. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I miss?
There's a lot.
How long do we have?
I think it's
Yes,
30.
20 to 30 minutes.
So we are the Journeyman Collective, Rob Grover,
Gary Logan.
and we created this company in 2018 as a way to help entrepreneurs, executives, and professionals lead in a different way. And we were witnessing that people were sort of getting tired of the hierarchical model, and people wanted a different way to lead and create better performance within themselves and within their teams. And so what we're seeing is that the hierarchy is actually flattening out, so that leaders are empowering the people that they lead in, I would say, in an equal manner as opposed to a less than manner. So it's helping entrepreneurs and executives within teams, within boards, within companies to actually find their own answers, as opposed to always relying on the supervisor or the manager or the team lead. And I think that's coming from a place of honoring people's inner genius more as opposed to being told what to do. So I think people are sort of fed up with that model, and more people are opening up to deeper levels of awareness within self.
Yes. And thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world, both of you. Hoping for more and more empowering advocacy will rise. So today let's talk about the new era of leadership, opening a quantum awareness for superhumans, creating a conscious business. So let's start with the most provocative term, superhumans. In the context of conscious business, what does it truly mean to be a superhuman leader, and how is it different from a traditional hyper successful CEO?
Mm-hmm. So I would say that you're looking at the old world focuses purely on the on the 3D world, and the new leader has something held close to their chest, and that's a quantum awareness that it's beyond what's seen, it's beyond what's heard and felt. But people are starting to turn on subtle senses, and they're able to hear, feel, sense, and understand and synthesize the energetic world that's around them. So there's a lot that is unsaid between people, and when someone can actually truly read the room, then they're actually synthesizing and processing the energy of the room and using that to their advantage. So the superhuman aspect is that people are turning on the subtle senses that are just hidden within ourselves. And for the most part, it's not something that you learn in the provincial education system that we're given today. And it's a new way to think about things and process and open up to greater possibilities within self, then and then that impacts not only the team but their performance as well.
Performance as well. And quantum awareness is a powerful metaphor. How do you translate principle from quantum physics like superposition, entanglement, or the observer effect into a practical leadership mindset?
Hmm.
That's a great question. There's a lot in that question. um, so I would say that what we do is we teach people, it's similar to what I just spoke about, it's teaching people to witness what is actually happening around them and in between what's actually said. And It's learning how to, again, process the energy are in the room so that you are learning new things or asking questions that no one else is going to ask. So, in one way, the old idea would be that you're becoming more psychic or that you're learning how to um, read, again, the waveforms that, so everything that's in form, such as the desk that this laptop or this computer is on, to the computer that we're all looking at, to the microphone that we're speaking to, all of that has come into particle form and everything else is in waveform. The Wi-Fi signals that this is being carried across is a wave form. And when you actually start to become more aware of what signals are people sending through their person-to-person Wi-Fi, and that's when you're actually delving into the quantum realm, and then you're synthesizing that into your business models, into your thought models, into your how you work with people, and how you heal as well.
Heal as well. Interesting. And the model seems to challenge the very foundation of Newtonian cause and effect business thinking. What is the first belief about how the world works that leader must unlearn to step into the new era?
No, leader has to know that there's something different or needs a change in his life or her life. They've come to a precipice in their life going, I know there's more, but I don't know how to get there. And that's the first realization that there's opportunity to change. Where do you go through this change in your life? One place is with the Journeyman Collective, and you come into awareness of your thoughts and behaviors. We'll call them patterns of being and doing. And you're looking at it, it's like, if I can change the way I'm thinking and being and doing in my life, it will affect those around me and in my work and in my family life and in my business.
You talk about opening up quantum awareness. Is this a skill that can be systematically trained, or is it more of a fundamental shift in a consciousness that one must undergo?
I think it's something that I don't necessarily think that there's an actual system, but I know that obviously a psychedelic journey can help with that. It's one way. So there's many different ways that are going to serve many different people. Conscious breath work is another one that people can become more aware. So again, why don't more people have it? Number one, because we're not trained in our everyday school system. We're not encouraged to actually understand quantum reality. And again, there are more and more people that are coming forward to speak about the unseen, and those subtle senses are turning on. And I think there's many different ways that one can actually activate and start to learn to trust themselves. So I think when we're children, I'd say from the ages from birth to about 7, we live in this spiritual bubble and we become sponges. So the thing is, if we actually start teaching children at an early age, or if we just honor what they actually know, so they innately know for the most part, but a lot of the time the parents don't have a sweet clue, so they brush off any idea that a child would bring through as nonsense when actually the child has more sense than the actual parent. So it can be systematic, but I think it when you look at it, there's a systematic, non-systematic way in that you have to honor each individual's genius and what they truly want to create and how they truly want to be, as opposed to, I think the system that we have now is all about color inside the lines, do as I say, learn as I say, learn what I say, and don't think about anything outside of what the current school system teaches, so that it prepares you for something called university, and then it prepares you to go and work for someone else. When if we actually start thinking for ourselves, that's a very simple one, a simple idea. And I think there's a lot of people that have trouble even thinking for themselves, of having their own independent thought. Um, so I think that's one of the most basic starting places that people can start to open up and learn something new.
On practical application in business, in a world of quarterly reports and hard metrics, how does a leader grounded in quantum awareness make a compelling data driven case for intuition and non local information?
Mhm. They start using it.
Mhm.
That's the short answer. So they start using it, and we have clients. Again, we're not sitting down and talking to people about their net worth, um, but we do help them with grounded practical applications. They take it, and we have a number of examples of people having a multi-million dollar company or leading a multi-million dollar company, and then taking that to multi-million and working it such that it's on the road to potentially billion-dollar business. We have people who, um, on a individual level, so a lot of our people will track their own metrics for their own health. And one individual with his Aura ring was tracking about 7 to 8 hours of stress per day in his life. And after he came through a journey, he had approximately 15 minutes of stress. So that's on the individual level. And then he sustained that for quite some time. Another example would be, one of our clients was basically given the guidance in his journey to lead with love. And he said, I'm not going to start hugging people. I'm not going to start um, loving everyone in the actual boardroom meetings and whatnot. I said, no, 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 this is not what it is. Leading with love is when you empower those in front of you to honor their true innate genius. And then as a result, everyone's optimizing their performance, everyone's working more efficiently and effectively. And in this example, the individual, he actually, within 6 months of his journey, he tripled his net worth. Um, so he took on the idea of leading with love and took on a lot of the ideas of quantum awareness. And a lot of his people told him that we can feel you before you come in a room and we can feel you after you leave. And so he was having a different level of impact on people, because one of the things that we taught him was, before you pick up the phone, before you walk into any room, what is your intent? What is your primary intent of the interaction that you're about to walk into? And carrying that forward, he had a massive positive impact on everyone that he started to meet. And as a result, his business grew exponentially in a very short amount of time.
And can you give us a concrete example of how a conscious business would handle a classic corporate crisis like PR scandal or sudden market downturn or differently than a traditional brand corporation?
So I would say that if there's chaos, if there's crisis, then they'd have to be focused on what they actually want to create. They have to know where they're going. And so the practical application is that if crisis has happened, then the crisis was created by the individual or the teams. And if you have a calm, centered, aligned leader, then he will be able to lead people out of that chaos. And it's from the idea that anything is possible. There are infinite possibilities within infinite realities, and all you have to do is attune to the reality that you're looking to create, and of course, doing it with integrity, um, and being certain that you're actually creating something that you want to create. It's not just for the bottom line. You're creating because, well, I want to go do this. This is the business that I'm truly engaged with. And we call that the law of cause and effect. So it's like someone has a business that, say, sells a product to someone. So the effect is that these people have this product and live in a healthy way. And then the effect is that the company has this thing known as money flowing through it.
Interesting indeed. So, on impact and organizational culture, how does a quantum aware leader foster a culture and collective intelligence where the whole team becomes more than the sum of its parts?
The leader learns how to, again, read the room, process that energy, and ask the questions to empower the individuals so that the individuals find the answers that are most in line with that individual and the team as a whole, as opposed to the old model of go do this, and this, and this. And then that just robs people of their innate power, and people don't want that anymore. It will be a challenge though, because some people are so used to that old model, and handing someone else that flame to shine the light within self will actually create a great deal of discomfort. We had one individual come through a journey, and afterwards, her team said, "We need you to stop asking so many difficult questions." And the questions weren't actually difficult; they were just making people uncomfortable because they were handing people back their power as opposed to giving it to the leader that's in the center of the room.
And how does this new era of leadership redefine companies' relationship with its customers and environment? Does it move beyond a corporate social responsibility into something more intrinsic?
Mhm. I would say definitely, because people are going to make decisions that are, well, I would say it all comes back to the law of connection. So people recognize that they're connected to everything and anything on the planet. So with respect to social responsibility, and I would say also environmental responsibility, they're not going to actually make decisions that harm someone else. They're going to make decisions that are responsible not just for the individual, the teams, the company, the products, but also the where products are created and the people in those communities, because eventually it's going to come back. If decisions harm others, it's going to come back full circle. So people recognize, and that's something that a lot of people will come through a journey and they're like, oh my goodness, I'm connected to everything. I'm just one small part to a very big puzzle. And when I recognize that and when I lead with that, other people feel it. And then on a team level as well, people are going to know that if one person is down, then the whole team surrounds them to raise them up. Again, they have to be willing to be raised up. Um, but it's, uh, yeah, it all comes back to the law of connection.
Connection, connection indeed. So, Mr. Robert and Mr. Gary, as entrepreneurs and professionals to elevate performance in conscious business, what are your short term and long term goals?
Short term is
Guiding more people on
guide
journeys.
more people on journeys. Exactly. Uh,
Uh-huh.
is like getting the word and the message out there that there are multiple ways to explore psychedelics and other plant medicine in the world. We are just one. We feel that what we offer is very unique and different than the average journey center, we would call it. We long-term goal is to expand and grow our business into a larger corporation that is going to touch people in many different ways than they've never experienced before.
Mm.
Never experienced before. Yes, definitely. And good luck to your goals, both of you. And looking forward for more success. And what will be your piece of advice for those people out there who want to be both of you like you?
Well, no one's going to be like us because that job's already taken.
Yep.
Um, so I would say if you have an entrepreneurial spirit and you want to go create something that you've been longing to create, just friggin' start. And that's the main thing. Start and stay committed. So have a North Star or something that you're willing to work towards, even when things get challenging. And having that North Star allows you to point your ship in the right direction so that you can continue to grow.
And to your listeners, one tip: think with the heart and love with the mind.
Yes, I like that. I like that. And thank you for that advice. And how does this leadership different from the previous era or decade? If you compare now, right now, this kind of leadership that we are building.
I think these leaders now and that we're building and that are stepping forward are learning the fine skill of listening and actually seeing and witnessing who is that person I am working with or working beside. And they're fine tuning their listening skills and coming from a space of compassion, integrity, and belief,
And honor.
honor.
Yes, definitely. And if this model of leadership were to become a global standard, what is the most significant change we will see in our world within a generation?
Hmm.
Within a generation, I think you would see greater levels of prosperity for more people. So, and when I say prosperity, it's not just financial, it's it's spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical health, and as well as financial health, financial well-being, and people are going to be truly creating what they're here to create, as opposed to just falling into a system and thinking that this is all there is.
Mm. So the Journeyman Collective, what is all about?
What is it all about?
Yes,
It's
please enlighten us.
awakening awareness into your true self and your true identity, and learning how to let go of past belief systems that no longer serve.
Interesting. So, what are your vision and mission to this company?
We've kind of already touched on that. So our vision is to help people in a joking way get lit, um,
Mm-hmm.
and be if they're more lit, then they're more aware, and with greater awareness, you can just be more aware of your dysfunctional patterns of how you operate in your everyday how you operate in your everyday life, and then you focus on your functional patterns of being, doing, and acting. And when that happens, you have greater harmony, greater peace within the individual of who you are, within your relationships, within the people that you work with. And as a function of that, the people will actually be, impacted more. So there's a ripple effect that goes out. So anyone who comes through a journey goes back home and shines their light out into their communities. And uh, we jokingly say that they become lighthouses, but it's the opposite because we want people to come towards them, not be move away from them. Um, so I'd say that our mission is to raise up consciousness and help people accelerate that consciousness so that they're actually truly creating what they're here to create in business, in life, and in relationships.
Yes, and thank you for sharing to the world. And before we wrap up our discussion for today, I invite you to please do listen to my other podcast, people, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too, comedy 101 in second season, and my food 101 in fifth season as well, geography 101, love letters, music 101, and Movie 101 review are in fourth season. Science 101, Sex 101 in its second season of my baby podcast. Mental Health 101, Law 101, and My Bible versus 101. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So finally, if you could leave our audience with one simple, actionable step to begin opening their own quantum awareness, what would it be?
If not now, when?
In one step.
In one step?
What would they be doing?
What they
I
were
would
doing, if
say
not now, is like listening to your um, no, don't listen to your inner self, because sometimes that's misdirection.
I would say
Y-
meditate every day.
Yeah.
Learn how to meditate every day and take care of yourself in a better way.
Yes, meditation is the key to have this clear mind, clear mindset. And thank you so much for both of you for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. So, can you please invite our listeners to support your advocacy, your business, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
So if you want to know more about the Journeyman Collective, you can go to our website, www.thejourneymen, one word, collective.com. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all the same handle.
Yes, people, let's support Mr. Robert Grover and Mr. Gary Logan, because if you support them, for sure, more and more empowering business like this to come. So, both of you, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Daniel.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Modka people, see you soon.